What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing another vacuum comparison video. This time it is going to be on a Panasonic Performance Plus and a Riccar 8955. Basically, I'm titling this video Tacony versus Panasonic because very interesting fact is the original Riccars, I think it was the 2100 series, originally based off the design from the Panasonic, and actually still uses them to this day on some of their newer Vibrance machines. And the 8000 and 8900 series have a similar design as the Panasonic, but very different features. I'll again show you right now. Both vacuums are uprights. They both have free-floating vacuum heads, and both have headlights, but these vacuums are not from the same era. In fact, the Panasonic is actually like 10 plus years older than the Riccar. But anyway, let's go ahead and run you through all the stuff with them. See, the Riccar, this 8955 was the last of the twin fan motors, and the Vibrances are the single fan. The Panasonic has a smaller 8.5 amp motor, and it's a single fan. There were some newer versions that had a twin fan that could probably compare to the Riccar. The clutch system on the Panasonic is very similar to the Riccar. But the interesting thing about how these two operate is a little bit different. See, as you could see, when you take tension away from the belt on the Panasonic, let me see if you can't do that. Very slowly but surely it'll work its way off the belt and the brush will be freewheeling. And if you switch it back over to carpet, it grabs a hold of the brush roll. Now the brush roll will be spinning. But one thing I do like about the Panasonic is that the bottom plate can be taken off by those two little clips right here. One over here as well. Whereas the Riccar, you have to remove these two screws to get the bottom plate on, which is a little bit inconvenient. But as you can see, when the brush roll system is deactivated, the brush roll will be freewheeling. There is a little lever mechanism inside there that pulls back to take the belt tension away from the brush roll, so it'll be freewheeling. And then when you switch it back to carpet, it pushes forward and the pulley grabs a hold of the brush roll. One thing I would like to point out, what's a big upside to the Riccar, is that it has extremely stiff bristles, and these brush strips are replaceable. The Panasonics are too, but as I said, the Riccars are more stiff. I think these bristles are actually made out of nylon, and the Panasonic's is a little bit more soft. It is fairly stiff, but not as stiff as the Riccar's. But one nice thing you do get with the Panasonic's is edge cleaning bristles, at least the 6300 series, at which even on some other Panasonic's, like if you've seen the videos of my jet flows, they have a small little bristles on the side here, whereas the Riccar does not. It just has this blank piece. Not too sure why they did that. So let's go ahead and tip the vacuums back up. Let's go ahead and show you the bags in them right now. Right here is the bag. This bag is not original. I'm such a cheapo that I'm running Kenmore Type O bags, and they fit just fine and work just about as well. The Panasonic takes the Type U bags. This pre-motor filter, I've learned, is the same one as the filters for the JetFlow 6200 series, which is very interesting. You have interchangeable filters, so you don't have to worry about not finding the proper replacement. But the post-motor filters on these are a little bit different. Let me go ahead and recline both vacuums back. So you can see the post-motor filter on the Panasonic cannot be accessed at all. The post-motor filter on the Riccar can. You just simply remove these, pull these two tabs right here, and the filter comes off. And right there, you see this is a brand new filter, and it does have a little bit of use, but these post-motor filters are interchangeable. The older 8000 series had a different post-motor filter design. And right here is the pre-motor filter, right there. Let me go ahead and see if I can't put this back in place. Like that. So I'm going to put the bag doors back on. Both vacuums do have power switches on the handle. As you can see, the handle on the Panasonic is plastic. The one on the Riccar is metal with this little foam grip right here that has worn out, but you can find replacements for. One thing you will notice, this little red light on the Riccar is actually the airflow indicator. So when a suction path is blocked or the bag is full, it'll light up to let you know that it needs to be changed. Whereas the Panasonic just uses a traditional, like, sliding red tab that slides up and glows red to let you know that you need to change the bag or clean out a suction clog. But this one does come with the suction control. If you switch it on low, it'll bleed off some of the suction for safer cleaning on, like, area rugs. And high if you want full suction. Let me go back here. Both vacuums do have tool ports to hook up an optional hose for. As you can see, the Panasonic just opens up like that. The Riccar's, you actually have to twist this end right here, and that's how it opens up. But the Riccar does come with onboard attachments. The dusting brush and the upholstery tool. That's one nice thing. The Panasonic does, or at least older ones, didn't come with attachments because you have to buy them optional. But newer versions of the Panasonic uprights did come with attachments, but all they came with was an extension wand, crevice tool, and dusting brush. No upholstery tool. I always wondered why they do that. But luckily, Panasonic's cousin, Kenmore, the one sold under Sears, solved that problem by coming out with their own upholstery attachment. Which, I got my Kenmore Progressive over here right here, so I'll go ahead and show you. This is their own upholstery tool, but just to kind of give you an idea, this is the same Panasonic crevice tool design, nice and long, and this is their dusting brush design. A little bit different extension wand, but you kind of get the idea. Both do have a free-floating vacuum head, meaning when you recline the vacuum back, the wheels are actually mounted on the base of the vacuum. It will slide underneath the vacuum, so the head will be floating on top of the carpet. Same thing with the Riccar. The wheels are mounted on the base, so when you recline it back, it'll be having a floating head. Which, if anyone remembers the company Simplicity, they do things a little differently. And I think even some of the newer Riccar Vibrances are like this too, but the wheels are actually mounted on the head of the vacuum for when you recline the vacuum back, the head will drop down onto the carpet. It's still a form of automatic carpet out adjustment, but I've always liked the free-floating head a little better. So anyway, I will now go ahead and cut away and show you these vacuums' cleaning performance. Alright, everything's down on the carpet. We'll go ahead and start off with the Panasonic for this test. You can turn it on here. Go down and check the application. Did leave a little bit of heavier particles behind, but for the most part, left nothing. Alright, now for the Riccar. Let's switch it on. You will note just how aggressive the agitation is. Look at that. It stretches all the way up front. And it gets more aggressive as it approaches. You can see it's sucking in before it even gets to it. That's just how good this is. Left a little bit behind. And just a side note, these are the original brush strips that came with the vacuum when I got it. Let's see what kind of mess it can clean up after the Panasonic. Alright, so that was the Panasonic versus Riccar test. Hope this video was helpful and even helping out people who think they should buy a $500 Taconi product, or at least a $300, well, you could probably get them cheaper now, Panasonic. I would say both vacuums are relatively the same despite the few noticeable differences. And I really like these both. So I hope you've enjoyed the video of the Panasonic Performance Plus versus Riccar 8955. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.